I'm here today with Michelle, who has the greenhouse catalog. She also sells Solex greenhouses, which we've talked to you about, and can also be bought through the catalog. Today, however, we're going to be discussing seed starting, what you need, how you can start seeds, what the process is, and it's really quite simple.
It is.
So now, first of all, you tell me that we start with one of these little trays. So tell me about what this is and what I would do with it.
These are just 72 individual cells, and you'll fill them with a potting medium, and then one seed in each cell.
So when you say a cell, you mean each one of these little cube things here is considered a cell, and then you can have up to 72 plants in them.
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Now, we had talked earlier about this bottom thing, which I thought was a drainage tray, but it's actually not, is it?
No, it's a top, a humidity dome. So basically it's going to keep the humidity in the seeds so that they don't dry out, because the cells are pretty small.
Sure.
So they'll dry out quickly if you don't cover it.
Well, now, a lot of nurseries sell seed starting mix, and yet you have something that's a new idea to me, which are cocoa light bricks. Now, a lot of people use them as an amendment to soil. You actually plant right in them.
They're great seed starting.
And I have to point this out here. 1 brick, 1 gallon of water equals all this fluff here. And it is a lot of fluff. So what do you do with this then?
Well, once you've hydrated it, you put it in the seed cells, and then put the seeds just directly on top of it. And it's going to hold the moisture. But there's no nutrients, so once the seeds come up, you need to fertilize them.
Okay, but are you a fan of fertilizing before, or do you wait until they grow and then start fertilizing?
Until they grow.
Yeah, because it's a very fine material there. Now, there's other ways to start. Well, actually, I'm going to cover that in a little bit minute. This is, what kind of thing is this?
This is a seedling heat mat, and basically it plugs into an electrical outlet, and this whole mat warms. So you'd put it directly underneath the seed starting tray, and you're going to get heat to the roots of the plant.
And a lot of people think that you want the room to be 75 degrees. This proves that theory wrong. You're just trying to get the root system warm.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's a lot less energy. It's more energy efficient then to use this than trying to heat up a whole greenhouse for seed starting.
Exactly.
Wonderful. That's probably why Grandma put them on top of the refrigerator, I bet. Now, there's also this little thing. What is this?
This is a heating cable. And you would use this in a raised bed or some kind of a cold frame and put it directly in the soil.
Really? So you just bury it in the ground?
You do.
Okay, and then that heats up the soil. Does that mean then that you could plant seeds directly in that soil?
Yes.
Oh, all
and
right.
you can do it a couple weeks earlier than you would be able to without it.
Okay. Now, what if I already have some plants that I want to take some clippings on? You got some things here, which quite frankly I thought were Jell-O shots. But they're not at all.
Or a pudding cup.
Or a pudding cup. Okay, so this is the clipping, and you just stick it into this gel.
Exactly.
And it's a rooting compound?
It is.
That's absolutely freakish. And you can see the way that the roots are growing out there on it. And then you would just plant this directly in the ground after you take it out of the plastic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. You know, so the other thing I'm wondering about is lighting. What do you need for that when you're starting seeds?
Well, when the seeds are just getting started, especially if it's indoors, you definitely do need some kind of supplemental light to get them started. Once they're established, you may or may not want to use additional
And you have a full line of that in your greenhouse catalog.
We do.
So if you have any other questions at all about seed growing, whether it's water, lighting, soil, you know, how to handle it, how to do it, you can give them a call. They'll help you out, and then you can order it directly through their greenhouse catalog. Very convenient. It's very simple. You know, everything starts out as a little seed. So get out there, plant your seeds, get ready for spring and summer. Thanks a lot, Michelle.
Thank you.